Hi, I'm August Raskie.
Tayyiba Haneef-Park.
Johnny, do you want to start?
Can you just start off overall thoughts on the game tonight?
Hell yeah! That was my thought. This was a big game for us. We're in the race for fourth place. Orlando is still kind of in there as well, so every match matters, especially with Columbus kind of hot on our tails as well. But we knew that it was going to be a battle. We knew that the last time we played them, that they probably felt it should have gone their way. We know that Shai is going back to the national team for VNL preparation, so we knew that she was going to go off and play her best. And we had answers for everything. We prepared for all of those scenarios. We prepared to go 5. We prepared to outdig them, outblock them. I don't really know final numbers, but we knew that this was going to be a battle, and this morning we talked about going to war, and I think that's just what we did, especially on military night. No better way to honor them than going to battle and getting that win.
Now, it looked like the big runs were very important. You got off to an 8-1 start, or not start, but you got to an 8-1 run and then broke this out. What do you think allowed the team to get that separation?
I think we just came out really strong with some energy. We made a couple different substitutions. Again, we had some serving runs in there, and really, I think they weren't prepared for our substitutions, and they really had no answer. I think they threw in their whole bench in there, and they just couldn't find their rhythm. Again, we knew what was on the line, and so we were just, I think that's probably one of the most aggressive sets that I've seen us come out with.
So we didn't see Tammy or Mixar in the second or third set. Is there a reason why?
Tammy was just starting slow a little bit today. She was hitting negative for a while, and I think she's carried this team for so long. It was our duty to go in and help her out and give her some time to just kind of rest. And in that moment, we've got some athletes who know how to step up big, make some big plays, and that's exactly what they did in Kendra and especially Lindsey Vander Weide.
Question for Alex. Congratulations on the win today.
Thanks.
And I see you have 3 kills and a block in addition to 7 assists in set 3. I was wondering if you could just talk about your play tonight and some of your decision making.
I think what's really exciting about our team specifically is that we have such depth on our bench, and it's just moves and counter moves. So depending on how Orlando adjusts, we also have something to adjust. So I think throwing in a different setter gives different looks to create different, scoring options. So I think it's awesome to see that Nutsara runs her offense one way and I run it another way, just because it keeps people on their toes.
State your name.
Lindsey Vander Weide.
This is for Coach. So in the 5th set, you called a timeout. The Valkyries had just scored 3 in a row. I just wondering, can you talk a little bit about what you tell your team at that point?
I don't even remember, actually.
I think it was Ronica. Ronica was in there telling us,
Yeah.
we're going to do this. We're going to pass one ball. We're going to kill it. So we got a good, from coach and from our team as well, everybody was locked in, ready to go.
And I think we had been there before, so I think part of it was we've been here before, we know what to do. We know what they're going to run at us. Again, I think we were on, it was Rivera had come in, and she was kind of scoring with that lefty jump serve. And so, again, it's just early angles, let's get this ball up, and it's an easy side out for us. But talking about those seams.
Can one of you guys explain why momentum is so important in not only a set, but realizing that you might have to go 5? What is the momentum like on the court and when the other players?
We get the newbie gets to.
I always say, even if we're really far down in a set, like in the 4th, we were down. I always say right now to bring it into the 5th because it's so huge. Even if you're down, the momentum can change with an ace, with a serve, with anything like that. So having momentum on your side is huge, especially against teams like Orlando.
And again, like I said, volleyball is a game of momentum, it's a game of shifts, and so the team that doesn't stress in those kind of valleys, I think is going to be the team that finds a way to gain that momentum and kind of be successful in the long haul. Got all 3 of them in this round.
Brandon.
One, ladies break up tonight. Love it, love that energy. Can you talk a little bit about
team win. On the court, off the court, you guys bring a lot of energy for us to just carry that momentum on. So we're super grateful that we had a packed crowd, because that means, you know, we get to thrive on that and enjoy.
Yeah, this is for sure the loudest, is it Monday? The loudest a Monday game has ever been, and it genuinely makes such a big difference. Like, Omaha's so good at home because their crowd is crazy. Even when our crowd's smaller than Omaha's, but they're loud, it makes such a big difference.
And they're responsive. I love how responsive they are. I know the bench has a lot of energy, and so when she's out there and she's calling for these cheers, the crowd responds right away, like, Mojo, let's go. Whatever they're doing, I think it's such a good energy from whoever is here, whether it's 1,000 or it's 9,000.
You know, went into the break one morning. What did you say to the team? What did y'all say to the team to keep them locked in and motivated?
I think it was about making adjustments. And so we started off really strong. We were serving strong. In the second set, we laid off just a little bit. We kind of took our foot off the gas pedal, and they were able to run their middles. And so we had a hard time stopping them. And so going into the break, it was about focusing on our side, making the little plays even better, and just stopping their middles. Again, we just lining up the right way and playing defense around them.
Have you ever watched 90 Day Fiancé?
Jamal!
Or The Bachelor? Mac, do you have a question?
Congrats on the win, and what improvements can the team make with our collective team to make the team won that?
There's always room for adjustments. There's always room to get better. Again, like we said, it's a game of momentum, and so we have to learn how to ride that wave just a little bit easier. We have to learn how to make adjustments quicker. And so I think we scouted them really well. I think we had a good game plan, and we executed that really well off the bat. But when they made changes, we were a little bit slow to adjust. And so, you know, as we get into these tough matches, we are going to see new hitters from some teams. We're going to see some different offenses. People are grinding to win, and so we have to be able to respond really fast.
August, for the last two sets, I sat in front of two of your biggest fans. What does that support mean to you?
The world. I am so appreciative that they're able to support me, but also to support the team and just this league in itself. So like, that's the reason I'm here, is to build a pathway for them. And so it's just like really rewarding to know that, you know, I can like feel that support on the court.
Huge August section.
I think that's it. Did you have?
Yeah, Will Johnson didn't have an impact, but, you know, the front line or the back line, can you talk a little bit about what she's meant to the team and the impact that she's had?
A dog.
Yeah, she brings a level of experience that we just didn't have as an opposite. Morgan has been outstanding for us. She hits high, she hits hard, she hits over the block, but there are a few matches where she just doesn't have some of the experience in some of those big moments, and she's learning. I think she is also just body-wise learning how to play through some difficult matches and some fatigue. We're doing some load management with her, and so with that, Willow's able to step in, healthy experience, bring the success that she's had over in Korea back to this team. And again, having a lefty opposite is something that's very difficult for a block and even defense, and so it brings another dynamic that a lot of teams just aren't used to.
Coach, you have 2 games against the Rise on the 5th, and I'm just wondering, so it's your chance to possibly be in 3rd place. Talk about how you're planning for that.
We are planning for everything. Again, it's one match at a time. We have never played back-to-back, and so it's going to be really heavy on them, and especially with travel in between. But we know that they've got an opposite who may or may not be injured. We know that they've got a new young opposite that's in there, but they're hungry. They want to hang on to that 3rd place spot, and they have fewer matches to achieve that than we do. So this match becomes very critical. These 2 matches become very critical for them. But again, we talk about being dogs in our locker room. Just go out and be dogs and being aggressive, and I think that is what shows through the way we play. That's what we're going to continue to focus on.
I got one more. The girl with the dreads, what's her name?
On our team?
Yeah.
Braids, Tammy.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in a couple games, and I noticed her serve. She usually throws it way up, spinning, and comes down like this. Why is there a game plan like? But she didn't do that at all.
She hasn't done it for a little while, but she takes the most swings out of anybody on the team. And so especially, this is what, our sixth fifth setter? Sixth fifth setter. So we are playing long matches, and so sometimes it's just about conserving energy. Every time you're going up and you're top spinning that ball, you are expending a lot of energy on that. And so if she can be consistent, her float is just as effective. And so, again, we want her to kind of be ready for a long match. And again, that's what she did, and she had a couple of breaks today, but she came in big for us in that fifth set.
Yeah, you guys have had a great first season. Like, I know you guys had a rough start and everything, but can you guys talk about how you proved in to be a team that competes, especially like for a playoff spot?
Yeah, the beginning was rough, but I think once we had our first win, we knew what we were capable of, and it was a huge win. At the time, it was against the #1 team. And since then, I think we've been on a consistent upward movement. Of course, we're still going to have losses here and there, but our team has gotten so much better. We know that we can win now, clearly, and it's great to be in the top 4. So.